So I get asked all the time, do you need to shave my teeth down to get veneers? And the truth of it is that you don't. We see all the time on TikTok videos of the people that are getting veneers and they've got those super sharp teeth of preps that are over prepped just to get the aesthetics that they're going for. And the reality is that the aesthetics aren't even that good. So what we can do now is we've got materials and the technology that we can do most of the time minimal or no prep veneers. When we take natural teeth, most of the time the teeth are already pretty much in alignment, and we're just putting a veneer, which is just a thin layer. Those veneers can be those veneers can be as thin as zero point 0.3 millimeters in thickness and create the aesthetics that we need. We want to keep as much tooth structure as we can. So most of the time I'm doing minimal or no prep veneers where I'm not having to touch the teeth at all and give them the aesthetic design that they're wanting. Harmony veneers have created a total game changer within the market where we don't have to do those shark teeth anymore. And people don't have to be scared of getting root canals after the fact because we're barely doing anything and the strength of those teeth are going to last a long time. So people ask me, what does no prep mean? And the reality is that there's probably 15 to 20% of people that are true candidates for no prep veneers. No prep veneer is when you're not prepping the tooth at all. And that means that we usually have people with smaller teeth, either some spacing, but also the teeth need to be in alignment, right? Then what we're doing is we're adding porcelain on top to make the teeth bigger, to create a more fullness within the smile, and also to functionally put it in a position where the bite is healthier. When we're doing no prep now, we are creating an aesthetic smile that can still look natural, but there are limitations in that we need to make sure that they are a candidate because if we have to make things smaller, then we have to be able to prep those teeth, even if it is very minimal. So when we're looking at teeth, most of the time we're trying to figure out, are they a good candidate for no prep veneers? And then how do we achieve it with the aesthetic design? So minimal and no prep veneers are a little bit different than how we treat a traditional prep veneers. Most of the time, traditional prep veneers are when we're doing a little bit more what we call an aggressive prep. Now we're having to take down the tooth, usually about 0.5 to 1 millimeter of prepping those teeth down. And then depending on whether we have to open up a contact so that we can create enough porcelain to create the aesthetics or function that we're going for. When we're doing minimal or no prep veneers, those veneers are usually 0.5 millimeters or less. So when we're looking at the teeth, we want to understand where the teeth are in an alignment, how big or small those teeth are, and with the end result, what are we wanting to do? In a traditional prep, those are most of the time when we're making teeth smaller, or if we have crooked teeth and we're trying to make them appear straighter. No prep and minimal prep veneers are going to be smaller teeth that we're making bigger, that are already in alignment and usually have some spacing. My no prep experience really enhances the patient experience because there is so much fear behind veneers. One, people are always afraid of having to prep their teeth. And two, people are very afraid of getting shots or needles. And so what we were able to do with no prep veneers is one, we don't have to drill and we don't need to numb them up anymore. And two, we don't have to take away any tooth structure. We're just building everything on top of the healthy foundation of the natural teeth that they have. And so with that process, we've been able to get rid of a lot of the fears and a lot of the anxiety that people have within dentistry. And we're creating a product that is still natural and beautiful with Harmony veneers. So with this no prep Harmony veneers, we're able to help people feel confident about their smiles, but also enjoy the experience of getting the veneers. One of the most common myths that I hear about tooth preparation for veneers is that you have to shave your teeth down to nubs. This is definitely not true. You always see the videos of people prepping their teeth and taking selfies of the shark teeth or the super small teeth. And this is traumatic for the patient and it's also traumatic on the teeth. And we don't need to do that anymore. What we can do is very minimal prep to help create the strength of natural teeth that then can hold the veneers and create an aesthetic design that is beautiful. With Harmony veneers, we don't have to create shark teeth anymore, right? We can create still the beauty with translucency and with character with Harmony veneers that are still keeping the healthy tooth structure of the natural teeth. So the veneer technology has really evolved a lot that allows us to be more minimal prep minded. And the reason for that is the material we use, we don't have to prep the teeth as much, as well as the bonding material that we use. Long time ago, when we were having to seat veneers, the only way we could do that is by cementing them on the teeth. And when you cemented them, most of the time you're having to create a crown, which means that you have to prep the entire tooth and seat that crown over the tooth for the design. It was the only way that you could hold and get the retention needed for that tooth to stay in place. Nowadays, we have bonding material that allows us to create a chemical bond within the natural tooth and the veneer where we don't have to have as much tooth structure gone and we don't have to have as much retention. That bond is so strong that it holds the veneer in place without having to have all that other design or prep needed. So what we're able to do is look at teeth in a bigger picture and really design veneers that create a minimal prep design and give them the aesthetics that they want. My process for getting minimal to no prep veneer is very simple. I wanted to make it easy for patients, but help them to really understand what they're getting into. So my process always starts with a virtual consult. What you'll do is you'll meet with my concierge, Maddie, and she'll be able to talk to you about what your goals, your expectations, and what your history is within this experience. And then what we'll be able to do is get you into the office where I can do a test drive, where actually I mock up temporary veneers on your smile so that you can look in the mirror and see the potential for yourself before investing into it. Then when you're ready, we get you back and we'll do minimal or no prep veneers, and then we'll place some temporary veneers on top to be able to let you see that perfect smile for the first time. What you're able to do is then we mock up that smile, and Daniel creates the natural harmony veneers based off those temporaries. So throughout my process, you're able to see and understand what the expectations and the end goal is possible. We'll be able to seat the final veneers so that they'll last and that it's done in the correct way where we're able to keep the teeth nice and healthy and be able to give you the function that you need. That way, when you finish this process, you feel good about the decision you made, but you also are able to understand that every time I'm answering all the questions and you have great understanding of what that end result could be. So when you're deciding between minimal prep, no prep, and traditional veneers, I would always try to be as conservative as possible. Now, some dentists are not able to do minimal or no prep veneers. It really comes with an eye and an understanding of how to do it correctly. The more tooth structure that you have, the better and the longevity of those veneers will last. So coming and really understanding what is the prep design that that doctor is going to have for you. Also understanding where you are at with your smile and what is needed to get the aesthetic results that you want. When you look at all the different aspects, it really comes down to the education and the really expertise that the dentist brings. And that's what we do within Harmony Veneers, is understanding what is the perfect situation for you and how do we achieve that in a minimal prep.